Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hey there. I am Brittany Wilder. Just wanted to introduce myself really quick while I allow you guys to start to come in. I am an abundant life coach who is all about living your best life right now, whatever that looks like for you. I believe in living it, being bolder, being wilder, and being better in whatever situation you're in. Hey guys, come on in. Hey Tina, come on in, guys. We're talking about something that has been on my mind all night. Hey Michelle. Hey y'all, come in. You guys, so last night I could not sleep. I don't know, I was just tossing and turning, tossing and turning. And what I kept thinking about were different challenges and things that I went through. Hey Vanessa, hey there. The different challenges that I've gone through when I was younger. And it was this one time that I just kept thinking about over and over and over again. So when I was in college, I lived on my own. Yeah, Tina, you too? Just things just keep on replaying, right? And I know that when that happens, I got to speak on it. I got to talk about it. God's trying to, put it in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit so I can speak on it for whatever reason. So I'm being obedient tonight now. Hey, Kathy. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. But it was this one, well, there's been several times, but this one specific time that God kept putting on my mind. And it had to do with, was living on my own, downtown Tacoma, Washington. I was, the only one out of my friends that had like my own place at that time. And, my house was the house that everybody came to. And in order to pay for that apartment, that little tiny apartment, I know my friends are gonna see this and gonna crack up talking about the Winthrop apartments. In order to pay for this little apartment that I lived in, you guys, I worked 3 jobs and did an internship. Right? I don't know where I found the time. I don't know how I was able to make it happen, but I made it happen. I had to, right? I wanted to make sure I was good, I was straight, and I went to school at the same time. So in order to make that happen, I had all these different things happen. In the midst, hey there, hey Lucas, nice to see you, Lucas. In the midst of that, I was working like crazy and I ended up losing a job. You guys, I ended up losing a job. And I knew I needed that job to make things happen, right? And so I lost the job and I knew automatically that at the end of the month, I wasn't going to have the money for rent or my car note or car insurance. Something was going to fall apart, right? I just knew that's, what it was because I knew my numbers to a T. I was always good at budgeting. I knew my numbers to a T. So when I lost that, a hustler for real. Yes, ma'am. Always. It's been in me, Vanessa. Hey, Terry. So I started stressing, right? I started stressing. I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. I started praying. I started calling on God like, God, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand how I'm going to do it. I don't get how it's going to happen. Like, I need this job and, all the above. Like, I just started just going in, like losing my mind. Back then I would stress out easily, right? This was, before I learned different techniques. This is before I started understanding that God had my back. This is before I knew that I was going to make it out of any situation, right? This is way before those times because I was younger then. And so I was just like, I don't understand how I'm going to make it. I'm crying. I'm talking to my mentor, talking to my friends. I don't understand how I'm going to make it. I don't know, Lord. Like, help me, give me a sign, show me something. And so in the midst of all of that, while I'm crying and breaking down and trying to figure out how it's going to happen, I get home and I'd gotten a scholarship that year, right? But they were saying that the scholarship money wasn't going to come and that it was going to be given to my college automatically. So I get home that night after crying and fussing. It's, the end of the month. I got to figure out rent, whatever the case is. And there's this check that just shows up. Right? And so here I am. Oh, thank you, God. Oh my God, Lord, I didn't know. Like, just, giving him the glory. But I didn't even understand, like, what was happening, right? And so moving forward to now, I get it. Like, I understand. I understand that. I get exactly why I was going through what I was going through. And so a lot of the times we're going through all these different things. And I think for me, a lot of my stuff was understanding that, like, God was building up my faith, right? Because I'd gone through so many different things while I was younger, all the way up, and God was just building my faith in understanding that, like, he was going to be there no matter what. It didn't matter. He was going to come through for me. And so now that I'm here and now that I'm at this place, I recognize that. But I didn't know at the time when I was going through it. And I know that there's somebody on here that's going to see this video that is going through it. Back to back to back. Things are happening. And the thing that made me think about the title of this video, "But Did You Die Though?" is like, you seen those memes where people are like, "My friend drives crazy, but did you die though?" Or, "This is going on, but did you die though?" It makes me think about that, you guys. Because when we're going through stuff and when we're frustrated and we're mad and we're, yelling and crying and snot's everywhere and we can't figure out what's happening, we're not thinking about, okay, so I made it out of this situation. So what is the lesson that I'm getting out of this? What am I supposed to do with this information? What am I supposed to do with this experience? We don't always know. We don't always know why we go through the different things that we go through, but we know there's a reason why. And usually we learn it later on. I know that I told you guys earlier in one of my videos that one of my best friend's parents, her mother passed away. And so at the time of my mother passing away, I didn't really recognize that me going through that trauma and having to heal and still healing, because I'm still healing, you guys, but having to get to a place where I could not be a zombie walking into work anymore and deal with all these different things. I didn't know that I was going to have to help her get through that same exact thing. So I feel like a lot of the times we go through things and they're for us, whether it's challenges, adversity, it's sadness, it's hurt, it's pain, it's trauma, it's whatever. We go through these things because it's working for us. And a lot of times we don't see that when we're right in the midst of the storm. We don't see it when we're going through it and we fussing and fighting and arguing and cussing and acting crazy. We don't really understand it. Sure don't until later. But when you going through it, it's like, dang, exactly. When you're in the middle, in the eye of the storm, right? You can't see anything else but what's going on right there in the forefront. You're not looking forward. You're not looking ahead. You're just like, God, just get me through this. I just need to get through this. I can't even think, God. Can I just get through this? And we're not even thinking about how that lesson, that experience, all the stuff that's happening in that moment is going to help us move forward. Well, moving forward, hey, Raya. Hey, good to see you. Moving forward, there have been a number of different times in my life where I felt like I lacked in financials, right? That has been my limiting belief, you guys. One of my limiting beliefs that I have had forever because of the different things that have happened when I was a child. We were homeless often. It wasn't just one time we're homeless and we didn't have a home. No, often we didn't have a home. And I'm okay with speaking about it now, whereas before I was embarrassed. I was this, I was that. No. Because there's somebody that's going to get this video who maybe is homeless, who maybe is going through it, who maybe is struggling with their own limiting beliefs with financials. But did you die though? Are you still breathing? Are you still walking? Okay, then let's learn from this lesson. Let's move forward. Let's see how this is working for me and not against me. God is always for us and not against us. And sometimes it's hard for us to see that when we're stuck in the middle of it. Stuck right in the middle of it. It's hard for us to see that. Definitely the eye of the storm. Yeah, absolutely. Vanessa, you've been there. When it seems like the chips is falling, you can't figure it out. You're not able to figure it out and you're stuck. You're just stuck right there in the midst of your hurt and your pain. Well, that, my friend, is your time to boss up. Okay? I have gotten good at that. I've learned that I've gotten good at that because I've had to. I was on the phone with one of my friends the other day and I was triggered. I was triggered. And I'm like telling her about how, I don't want to do this. I'm frustrated about that. But God told me to do this and I'm being obedient, but I'm pissed about it, but I'm going to do it. And, she's like, you didn't even recognize that even though you were mad about it and you were frustrated and you were crying and you were going through whatever, You still were obedient and you still were taking action in the midst of it. And I'm like, no, I didn't even, because that's what I've always done. I just have always bossed up, took action, started moving, started grooving and getting to where I needed to go and praying and taking my action and not worrying about it. That's what I've gotten good at doing, you guys. And sometimes we got to boss up and do that. And we got to get our mental together to do that, to understand that, like, hey, how is this happening for me? Thinking about that in the midst of the storm. And I've gotten really good at doing that this year. I've gotten so good at doing that this year. I've gotten so good at that because that's what needed to happen for me to move on to my next step, for me to walk into this purpose that I'm doing right now. I've gotten so good at saying, okay, God, now show me how this is working for me. Like, give me a sign, God. I need a sign, God. Give me something right here, right now. I need something to show me, how is this working for me? Give me something. Give me a little leeway. Give me something, right? And so that's what I've gotten good at, is just taking action. Okay, God, I know right now that I don't know, but I know eventually you're going to show me. You're going to show me exactly how this is working for me, exactly how I can help somebody else who's going through the same thing. And that's what it is. God starts to put people in your way that are going through something that you went through back in '09, something that you went through back in '06, some breakup that you went through years ago that was with a narcissist, and your friend, your best friend, just went through the same exact breakup with a narcissist. Oh, I got something I can share with them. I know what that's like. I've been there before. I've been down. I've been out. I've been sad. I've been broken. Because God is using you. He's using all of us. And we don't know it sometimes because we're so stuck in the woe is me. Man, I can't believe this is happening again. All of that, right? No, it's time to shift our mindset, you guys. Being in that mindset of being stuck and woe is me and how am I going to get through it and why is it always happening to me, Lord, and why is this always happening, is what keeps us stuck, you guys. It's going to keep us right there in that experience, in that situation, and you're not going to grow from it. Because what needs to happen is a mindset shift. That's what's happening. Your mindset has to shift so that you can look at the situation differently, so that you can deal with it in a different way than what you've ever dealt with it before. So that you can move on to the next step, right? Because once you get good at one thing, there's another level, right? And I tell people this all the time. I talk to my clients about this. There's levels to this, right? There's levels to this life. We learn something and we're like, oh, I think I got that lesson down. All right, cool. Nah, guess what, baby? Level 2's on the way. Boom. Now it's time to level up again. Mindset shift. Here we go. Okay, how can I do better with this? How can I figure this out? Yep, I think he put you in my way. You have those gems, Vanessa. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's a mindset shift. We got to get to that place where we're shifting our mindset, you guys, because that's what's necessary for our next step. And it took a whole shift earlier last year when I was so broken and hurt and stuck, you guys. I mean, mentally stuck. Yep, endure hardness like a good soldier. Yes, mount up, soldier up, right? We're spiritual warriors. What does that mean? That means we're built for tough. That means we're built for this. We know what to do. We know God's got our back. We know we're praying. We know we're speaking it over our lives. We know we're going to get through it because we're speaking those affirmations, because we're walking into it. We're manifesting. We know this, right? Spiritual warfare, right? It's everywhere. And we are prepared for it. We are spiritual warriors. We're prepared for it. But with that comes that shift in the mindset, right? You have to shift your mindset to understand. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from going through adversity, from dealing with all these different moments and struggling and being broken and getting to a place where I just had to surrender to God, was that I knew that God would always get me through to the next level. He was always there. I was faithful. And that's what he instilled in me, is that faith. And I don't think that I recognized it when I was going through it, but I remember when me and my husband first started dating, and his car broke down. And there was like different things were happening back to back to back for him. And he, brought it to me, sharing, of course, that was my love. Yep, Ship, get up off the floor. Yes, Tina, get off that floor, soldier up, boss up, and know that this is only the beginning and that there's going to be an ending to this struggle, this current struggle. It is going to be over, but you got to mount up, mindset, get your mindset right, push through, soldier up, and get to that other side. But my husband was going through a tough time. There were different things that were happening. His car broke down, all these different things. And he came to me and told me about it. Hey, Tanya. And I was just like, oh, but you're good. Like, you can figure out this, this, and this, this, and this. And, my mind automatically thinks of solutions. I'm solution-based. Naturally. I'm like, okay, this happened. But how can I fix this? How can I change this? How can I make this work for me? How can I do this? And so instantly I was just like, oh, but you can do this. We can do this. We can figure this out. We can do this. What do we need to do? How can we fix this? How can we problem solve? Because that's just what I've been doing all my life, is finding how to fix the problem, is being solution based and fixing the problem. And so he asked me a question. And he was just like, how are you so positive about this? Like, what is it that, like, how are you doing this? How are you positive? And I was just like, I've gotten so positive because I've gone through adversity, you guys. Because I've gone through different challenges. Because I've gone through the mud. I've gone through it all. So many different situations I've gone through, and that's it. It prepared me for the next challenge, the next level, right? You get through that level, and there's a next level. And it's a deeper challenge, and it's harder. But guess what? That challenge that you went through in level 1 is sure enough going to help you with level 2. Challenge you went through in level 2 is going to help you with level 3. There are levels to this life, guys. And sometimes we're so stuck because we're fearful. We're fearful of figuring out what the lesson is. We're fearful. We don't want to have that mindset shift. We don't want to do the things that God is calling us to do because we're scared. I'm out of my comfort zone. I don't know. No, get out of your comfort zone. That's what God is calling you to do. And I speak to that because I speak on my own. God was calling me out of my comfort zone earlier last year. And I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, no, I ain't about to do that. Nope, And eventually, what did I do? Become obedient. Understand that it's working for me. Because there's certain things that he wants us to do before we're able to get to the next level, you guys. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yep, God gives us wisdom if we are open to it. Absolutely, Tina. He's giving us that wisdom, but we got to be open to it. We got to be open to the mindset shift. We got to be open to putting in the work. Does it make you uncomfortable? Good. Absolutely. Then you're in the right place for growth. You're in the right place for shift if you're uncomfortable, if you're scared, because you're doing it while you're scared and while you're fearful. Remember Super Mario and the levels? Yes! Yes! Listen, Tina, listen! Yes! Every time you finish a level, here comes the next one. Exactly. That's life, right? We're going through these different levels, just like Super Mario. Exactly. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, you guys. Listen, if you are looking to shift your mindset, if you're stuck, right? So many times in life we get stuck, you guys, on the woe is me train, on the how am I going to figure it out, on the negative Nancy train. Listen, this is not that time to be that way. This is the time to change our mindsets and shift. Shift. If you don't hear nothing else in this video, it is time to fix our mindsets and shift. Shift. As always, my link is up there. Book me. Book me. Let me help you shift your mindset. Let me help you get to that next level. Super Mario level number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Let's do it. You guys, do not be stuck. Okay? You don't know what other blessings are on the other side of that challenge. You don't know. God may be blessing you with your dream life on the other side of those challenges, on the other side of being obedient, on the other side of coming out of your comfort zone. Those blessings, you guys, will shower you. But you got to do the work. You got to mount up. You got to soldier up. You got to get that mindset right. You got to shift completely. You got to do something you ain't never done before to get something that you've never had before. Your dream life is on the other side of that shift. I promise you, blessings will flow. And you'll be like, oh my God, this is what it was about, God? Every time. Oh my God. Every time I get a lesson, I'm like, oh God, that was it? God, oh, you could have just told me. Like, oh man, like, but no, I had to go through it. I had to go through the challenge. I had to go through experience. I had to shift my mindset. I had to be happy. I had to get my joy right then and there. I had to start thanking him right then and there. Thank you, God. I know right now I'm going through it, but thank you. There's been a lot of those in this life. Yes. Thank you, Lord. I know I'm going through a challenge, but I know you're getting me through it. I know this is making me better. I know this is for me. I know that this is going to be better for me. I know this is making me a better person. I know this is making me stronger. I know this is making me a stronger spiritual warrior. I know it is. I know it is. Thank you. Thanking him in advance. Often. Listen, let's get that shift, you guys. If you have not already done so, download your free Authentically Me ebook. It is there. Listen, this ebook with these affirmations, honey, about joy, your abundance, your dream life, all the above, get yours if you have not done so already. Right. Tell me, God. Jeez. Yes. Tina, I'll be like, God, I need a sign, Lord. Please, God, give me a sign. Because with me, sometimes I need an extra sign. Okay, was that the sign, God, or was it not? I need a sign, another one. Go ahead and hit me with another one. You guys, listen, it has been amazing talking to you guys. I look forward to talking to you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is start of a new month. We're going to have a new theme. This theme was all about self-care, managing your mindset, doing so many different things, looking out for you, zoning in on you so that you can become better, so that you can live your life bolder, okay? That's what this month was about. We're moving on into October. Yes, sign, Tina. Absolutely. We're moving into October, you guys, with a new theme. Thank you guys for joining me. Definitely like, share, subscribe, all the above as always. And book my link is there. If you're stuck, let's shift, you guys. Mindset shift. That's what we need. We're moving up and going to different levels. We're not staying in that same broken place, that same level one. Nah, we are leveling up. There are levels to this life, and we are leveling up. Okay? All right, y'all. I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.